Right, here's the deal. I taught you all the licks from this song. All of them. Every single one. Taught you the first solo. I did a pretty good job. Now I'm going to teach you the big second solo and a little bit of the outro. But the deal is that you have to like this video. We're at that stage now, you can trust me. But it really is important, seriously, in terms of the video being shown to more people and this channel's health and success and my health, right? Do it for my health. Give it a like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave me a comment before the tutorial saying, that was great. And then afterwards, because the video will be great, you can just think, oh, I've already left a comment. Review first. That's what we should be doing more of in the world. Okay? Good. Have fun. Lick 1. So we're opening with yet another whole tone bend, 12th fret of the G. Pre-bend release. Back and forth between the 10 and the 12. Come down to the 12 on the D. And then hit the 10 on the G and the 12 on the D again, very lightly. Then we bend the 12 again, up and down this time, and hit it when it's released. We then have this little repetitive pattern of hammer-ons pull-offs, 9 to 12 on the G, 7 to 9, 5 to 7, 5 to 7 on the D, 5 to 7 on the A, and then I slide back to the 3rd fret, the note C. It's got that nice little galloping rhythm. Here's the next cool little lick. So when I did my old cover of this, I actually kind of cheated because it's really quick and used my index finger like a pick. You get the speed, but you don't get that same kind of pop that you can hear on the record. So what we're going to do instead, slide into the 10th fret of the G with the 3rd finger, use your thumb here, and then you can hit 8, 10 on the B string and then pull off back to the 8. But I want you to use your index and your middle finger to hit the 8, 10 before the pull off. You get that kind of upstroke pop of the fingers. Come down to the 10 on the G, back to the 8 on the B, back to the 10 on the G, and then 7. Next lick. This next lick is fast, but it's repetitive, so it's easy to learn. You're going to slide into the 9th fret of the G with the 2nd finger, and then put your index finger over the 8 on the B and the E. But when you pick after the G string, I only want you to hit that B first time round. And then you're going to hammer on pull off this 3rd finger on the 10th fret. Then after that, when you hit the G, I want you to hit the B and the E, little bar, double stop, and then do the hammer on pull off. So first time, and then after that, So it's 7 cycles. The first time you just hit the single note, and then there's 6 repeats with the double stop, but you actually stop on that final one. We're going to make our way into this lick with 3 percussive mutes across the top 3 strings. Get your third finger ready to do a whole step bend on the 12th fret of the G, and prep the index finger, flat little bar across the B and the E on the 10th fret. Bend and then hit the B and the E in that order. Then you're going to pull off the 13th fret of the B, pinky to index. That bar can stay there for efficiency. 2 pull-offs, 12-10, 12-10 on the G. Then we're going to drop down to the D, pull off to the 10, and then hammer the 10 back onto the 12. Flat roll the index finger across the 10 on the G and the B. Finish on the 12 on the G. It's not easy, that. It's very quick. Next lick. So we've got one of those little finger rolls again, or a rake if you're using a pick. The shape is 10, 9, 10 across D, G, B. Roll those fingers over to create some separation. And then you can either move your third finger up 1 fret or put your pinky on. Depends what mood I'm in. Whichever one you decide is fine by me. Then you take your third finger to the 11th fret of the B, bend it up a whole step. Pinky grabs the 12th fret of the high E, and then pre-bend release that 11 back down. 10th fret of the high E, the note D. Right. It's about to get very serious in here, because this is hard. It's going to stress you out. I've warned you, right? It's probably the most iconic lick that Mark's ever written, and rightly so. But it didn't have to be that fiddly, did it, Mark? You did it on purpose. I know you did. This is what I think's going on. Index finger, barring the 10th fret of the B and the E, reserving that pinky for lots of pull-offs from the 13th fret. But in order to get the right kind of galloping accent that's going on, I think he divvies up the right hand, thumb for the B string, and then index middle for the 2 notes, or the 2 picked notes on the high E. So thumb and index finger of the right hand do the 2 10s. And then as you put the pinky down on the 13, the second finger picks and pulls off. And you're going to put your second finger down on the 11th fret of the B. And it's the same thing again, you've not moved. You can stop on the 13th fret, give yourself a little break in the middle. Slide that whole second shape up 2 frets and do the same thing again, but it's twice as long this time because we don't move. I think that's how you get the touch and the separation between the notes that's on the track, because there's effectively like 3 fingers touching 2 strings. So there's a bit of damping in between, which is why the notes are a bit more staccato. fiddly, but to me, it's worth it. It's good practice and it sounds like the track. You learn something new, right? That's why we're here. To finish. You don't get off that lightly. We've got this. So this outro is just basically how we start the solo, but the octave above. So if I show you where we start and you can remember the notes and the technique, you can just cut your work in half and apply it the octave above, right? So 15th fret of the high E. Exactly the same as. Then we have this. It's the same. And then we've got 12, 15, high E, hammer on pull off. Then 13, 15 on the B. 10, 13 on the B. 9, 12 on the G. And then just hit the D root note. Slide out. You made it. All the way to the end. All the licks. All the solos. How many notes? But thousands. Tens of thousands of notes. It's unbelievable. I'm very proud of you. Congratulations. Now, I'm going because I'm going to see my friend for an evening meal and then we're going to go and watch the sunset on the beach. Very, very lovely. And I'm starving. So I need to go. But thanks for watching. Thanks for learning with me. If you want the tab, Patreon, come for a chat, come for a brew, bacon sandwich, whatever you want. Crisps. We've been through this in the previous video. Just bring crisps. I love crisps. Bring beer. I bring beer. Don't bring crisps. Bring beer. And we'll have a good time. So yeah, have a great weekend. If you're watching this before the weekend. If you're not, I'm sorry. It's out of sync. What else do you want from me? I'm not AI, I'm a human being. Treat me with some respect. Cheers. See you soon.